Hello, hello, hello. So, I just wanted to stop in and say hi. And for those who are gonna ask, I get asked every time I wear this shirt. This is a Defend the Orphan shirt with an organization that I proudly support and do work with called Core Love. And this is one of the little kids. His name is Jonathan, who's got a huge story. Who really inspired Core Love and it was kind of born from there. So he's from Haiti, and way back when they had the massive earthquake and everybody was there, he was displaced and he lost his whole family. And so I'm not just wearing, this isn't Biggie Smalls, this isn't some old rapper, this is an actual orphaned child. And it actually says on the sides, defend the orphan. So, now that we've got that out of the way, sorry, I've been gone for a while. I did a live a couple of days ago. I haven't been feeling well since we got back. Having lupus and fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis and just basically all this crap from having my reproductive organs taken away has become active again instead of being dormant because of the stress of losing my father and making sure that my kids don't go off the deep end. So, it just wore me out. I was just worn out. Yesterday, I didn't leave my bed. I did do my skin regimen. And, so we are, what are we? We're day 15? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? It's day 16. And the redness is almost completely gone from my face. It's not dry anymore. And I'm starting to look like myself again. So, after this video, I'm going to post... Oh, crap, I don't have that on. That's too bright. No, we're good. After this video, I am going to post my very first before picture. Before Limelight was ever on my skin, it was just a product in front of my face that my friend wanted to put on me. And I let her. And I love her for it. It totally changed my world. And I'm able to work from home. I just got off of watching a live. And I won't give this ignorance much of my time, but there are quite a few ladies in Limelight that are at the top who made 7-figure status recently, well, this month, and there's haters out there, and I really, really, really look up to this woman, and I think that her and I, if we were to get together and hit the town, that town would be turned upside down. She's my idol. If I had one, it would be this person. I'm not going to say her name because she doesn't give in to the hate, and I'm not going to give in to it either. But I will say that for anybody who thinks that this business is fake and it's just like every other multi-level marketing thing, company, and it's just a pyramid scheme, I could send you our compensation plan and you can take it to your accountant and he'll get back to you in a month or two when he figures it out. The people at the top, including this person, still doesn't know how it works. She just knows she gets paid. So it's not your average thing, your average pyramid company. I definitely wouldn't be doing it if it was average. I actually understand the compensation. And there's not a company on the market that comes anywhere close to it. And for me to only be doing this 6 months, 1 month I completely did nothing because of the hurricane. And I lost 6 family members all at one time. The 6 family members that drowned in the van, that was my great aunt and uncle and cousins. And then a month later, I lose my dad. And then, hello, Patty. And then I'm watching this, woman that I look up to. I'm watching her do her live, and I'm just like taking notes and doing everything I can. And then there's this one little person in the peanut gallery that's just constantly saying, oh, hey, Mason, isn't it late where you are? I love that you're on here. Right now I'm just talking about haters and bullies. I hate them. I don't hate anyone, but I highly dislike them. So this hackler was on another Limelight person who hit 7 figures this month. And that person was on there. Oh, okay, you're good. You are good. I still can't get all the time differences down. But I was watching, and she's just doing a makeup video. She's doing a tutorial, and she wasn't even talking about money. And this woman comes out of nowhere. I love you, honey. Are you coming back to the U.S. anytime soon? I will be all over the place next year with ISF. And I heard there was a rumor that you were coming back to the United States for a little while. And if that's possible, my son Draven is dying to meet you. Y'all have a lot in common. I love you so much. If I had the money, I would go across the country and meet you and your whole family. Everyone there is just so beautiful and so supportive. New York on Monday, San Diego next year. All right, well, I'm going to pay attention. And I cannot get to New York by Monday, but I can definitely be in California next year. Actually, I will be in California next year in San Diego. So we'll grab Lainey and we'll hook up and we'll have the best time talking about how to deal with these grown people hazing this woman online and actually calling her a liar and saying that this company is nothing but a pyramid scheme and this and that. I am not a wealthy person. I do not support anything. I don't put my name on anything that I wouldn't feel comfortable, doing. There are certain organizations that reach out and want me to work with them, and I don't work with them because I don't want my name associated with them. I'm very, very picky about what I do. And if you've seen me at any of the other conventions or any of the work that I do, previous to this last 6 months, I never wore makeup. I never wore makeup because of my lupus. It makes my face super red and I have real bad rosacea. And there was just nothing in the world that could cover it up. And that's how I got involved with this company. And it's all green products. Like, the stuff literally tells you what's on it. I just put my lotion on, pomegranate and steel oats. Like, it's right there. It's written right there for you. And yes, there are. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I love you. You are turning into, you're going to be a lady killer. You're going to be, like I've said for many, many years, you are a mini Ian, but in your own special way, and you have the brightest future ahead of you, sweetheart. And don't let people get you down. Do not. My son is going through that right now, where he is letting the hate get to him. And he is the one who found his grandpa passed away here, actually, in this very room. And it was very unexpected. And he's kind of dealing with it in his own way. I try to take him to therapy. He doesn't want to go. He gives me a hard time. You deserve it, sweetheart. He gives me a hard time, but he's got his drums and he's got his little band, and, I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to make it sound like he's just off in La La Land doing his own thing. He's very focused, and I've just kind of been waiting for that time where he's going to break, but he's gotten to the point where he listens to me talk to y'all. Hey, Shuka. He listens to me talk to y'all. And when I do my lives right now, neither one of my children are home. They're both at school. But whenever I do my nightly live, they can hear me telling y'all, like, don't listen to people that are going to put you down. If somebody's got negativity, like, move that shit out of the way. And if somebody's going to personally attack you, there's this awesome feature on every single app that you have where you can just block that person. You can tune them out, because obviously something's going on in their life where they want to feel like everybody else needs to feel like them. And I found, because I was severely bullied whenever I was in school, I had to be escorted from class to class by police officers that worked there at the school. It was crazy. And we're talking 19 years ago, 20 years ago, actually. Maddie's fixing to be 20. And in 7th grade, I went to 3 different schools because the bullies were that bad. And they were actually bringing, like, baseball bats to school. It was insane because I wasn't Mexican enough. I didn't speak Spanish. I had a white boyfriend, and that wasn't cool to them. And I let it get to me. And the one thing that I've learned growing up, and now one of my bullies, actually is one of my best friends, and she used to terrify me. Like, I used to cry when it was time to go to school. And I'm not afraid to say that, because I have kids now, and that is my hugest fear, is that they get bullied. And, you know, kids here in the suburbs, the parents just throw money at them, and they're just like, here's some money, go to Speedy Stop, get some junk food, order pizza. You know, everybody that lives here in the community that I live in, and, you know, not to say that I didn't move here for the schools or for the safety or anything, but Jesus Christ, I take care of most of these people's kids. They're here, they're spending the night during the week, and it's just really, really sad. And, you know, they get picked on a lot for it, and it's not their fault. You know, you either choose to be a really, you know, the best parent that you can be, or you choose to be an absent parent. And I'm sorry if anybody that comes back and watches this, or anybody that's on here now, if you are going to choose to be an absent parent, stay the F away forever. Like, just don't even bother, because there's some things that your child goes through every single day. And if you can't make that commitment and your child is hurting, that's right, Mason. Oh, God, I love you. Y'all, if y'all don't know Mason Glazier, y'all need to come out from under your rocks. This kid, how old are you now, Mason? 13? Are you 13 yet? 12, 13? Watch out, world, because he is going to be the next Ian Somerhalder. He is going to be changing. He's already been changing, but he is going to be making some massive changes. There you go. 13 in March. I'm a March baby, so I knew you were in March. He's going to be making some huge changes, and he's already done so and has been doing so for years now. And he's 12 years old. He's going to be 13 in March. And we have grown-ass adults acting like 12-year-old kids that kick around dirt and push little kids down. And, you know, my son would kill me if he heard me saying this, but, you know, he has to take medication to stay calm. Not only because of, you know, dealing with him walking in to ask my father for a ride to school and my father being deceased, but even before then, because he doesn't want to hear that his mom was bullied. He doesn't want to hear my story. He wants somebody to hear his story. And I'm going through that process of learning that even though I went through it and my story may inspire other people, it doesn't necessarily inspire my kids. To me, I'm their mom. To me, I'm just in their minds, I'm just telling them something that'll help them get over it. I'm just a Band-Aid covering a really nasty wound that eventually becomes infected. And at some point, if you don't step in and you don't get that third party, you know, doctor, or, you know, Draven has dyslexia and he has ADHD, And it went unnoticed for a long time because everybody kept telling me, oh, he'll grow out of it. He's just the boy, he'll grow out of it. Okay, well, he just turned 13 years old, and I'm like, when is he going to grow out of it exactly? So I had to take matters into my own hands, and against anything that I ever believed, because I was a medicated child, he has to take medication to stay focused and to keep his anger under control, because I don't have dyslexia, but watching my son struggle and him explaining to me what he sees when he's looking at something, it breaks my heart. And I can't imagine not being able, like right now, I have to go like this to see this because I need these babies to see. But when I'm in front of the camera with the makeup mirror and all that, it shines back on y'all. So I have to like get my little eyes and just put them right there so I can see. But my son, does the medication help him? Absolutely. Does it stop the bullying? Hell no. And I literally just watched a 40-something-year-old woman doing a new makeup tutorial, and I had every intention of coming on here and doing it with y'all, but that's not what's on my heart right now. There was a lady that was on the feed. There was like 700 and something people watching this lady's makeup tutorial. And yes, this lady is among I think there's 3 or 4 of them that work in the same company that I work with. And they all hit 7-figure incomes this month. And there was this one lady out of all 777 people that was just like, I think it's BS. I don't understand. I think it's a scam. I think this is y'all's way of marketing people. Like, she just kept going on and on and on and on. And this lady that I was watching, I watch every single day. And I learn and I take notes. And because I was never a makeup person. I wore chapstick, eyeliner, and mascara. Every now and then I'd put powder on to cover my face, but that was it. I knew jack shit about makeup. That's my oldest daughter, Maddie. That's her wheelhouse. And I put on there, because I adore the lady that I was watching. And I was like, why are you being such a hater? Like, why are you being so jealous? You are bullying a 40-something-year-old woman because she's in a position that you want to be in. And like, I don't understand. When I see adults attacking other adults, especially women, we're supposed to be empowering each other. We're supposed to be building each other up. Like, this is stuff that my kids are dealing with in school in 3rd and 7th grade. Like, what in the world are we doing as adults fighting on Facebook over money that's not even in your own bank account? Like, this lady doesn't know what's in Christina's bank account. But I can tell you that I talk to and I'm active with a lot of the people that are at the top of this company, and they're making that income, and they don't have to push these products, and I don't push them on people. I just get on here and because I'm passionate about green, clean environments that are not tested on animals, and this is a company that does all of that. The farm to tub soap, I'll pull it back out for you. I haven't even used it yet because I want to take it somewhere. But gotta have a rolly chair in this place. Always keep affirmation stuff. Like, Maddie bought this and it is phenomenal. And she claims once she gets stationed in Langley, she's gonna come get it. And I told her, no. But farm to tub. People eat farm to table. I love it. I promote it. I've lost a ton of weight doing it. It makes my kids have more energy. It changed everything about our lives. And, I should be super depressed right now. And don't get me wrong, I was for a month. And then I was like, you know what? I need to take my own advice. I need to step back. I need to go back and rewatch my own videos and talk to myself and be like, hey, life happens. We still don't know why my father passed. So it's a little hard. It's a little bit more hard because we don't have that answer to that why. What happened? The guy was eating trail mix that I can't even take off my desk. It's right here in the picture that he was eating it out of. He was eating trail mix watching Netflix. Nobody knows what happened to him. So I had to go back and reevaluate. Like, for a month, I can count on two hands how many showers I took. I did not keep up with my skin regimen, which is why my skin went back to being dry and being red. I wasn't making sure that my kids were okay with what they had gone through. And of course, my son and my daughter, you know, I think all kids get bullied to some extent, and I think that all adults get bullied to some extent. The kids, we can't change because it typically falls back on the parents. That child that is bullying somebody is probably very hurt, probably very lonely, and this is a way that they get attention. And some people are just downright mean and ignorant and just want to make other people's lives miserable because they can. They're control freaks that want to make your life miserable like theirs are. And here we are just selling products. Like, I don't say, hey, this is the best soap in the world, and if you don't buy it, I'm not going to be your friend. But what I will tell you is, if you're into farm-to-table food, Limelight's come out with farm-to-tub. Let me tell you the ingredients in here, and I'm reading right off of the box. Peppermint and tea tree oil and charcoal, and it's a vegan body soap. And I used to make my own soaps, and I used to make my own candles, and I used to make a whole lot of stuff like Ian's wife Nikki does, and his sister Robin is very much into this stuff as well. And this is freshly cut. Like, if you've ever made products at home by yourself, you know, they didn't put this in no special package. And this soap, because it's wax-based, you can leave it. Oh my God, all these messages. You can leave it on your soap dish, and it can be wet, and it doesn't get soggy. Like, this will never get soggy. This thing will last forever, and smells phenomenal. This is the kind of stuff that Christina talks about on her videos. And today she was just showing, you know, one of the new eyeshadows that we have. And this lady, and she wasn't even talking about her promotion. And this lady comes out of nowhere and just starts talking mad crap. Like, and I'm just like, how do you know what's in this other lady's bank account? Why are you, well, she's got damn near 800 people watching her and that continuously watch her. And, you know, just, we learn so much from her. There's always that one person, and then there's like hate faces all across the screen, and I'm just like, what are you doing with your life right now? You're on Facebook, on watching somebody else's post, and putting nothing but nasty things about them in the feed, as if the other 776 of us are going to pay attention to you. I pay attention because I'm very protective of my friends and my family. And I have more family that are friends than I have actual family members because they're just dropping like flies. And I'm very, very protective of that. So I would say to the parents that are out there in the world, and if you watch the playback, give me some suggestions. Like, what do you do? Like, whenever I worked out in the civilian world, before I came into nonprofit organization and working for free and doing marches and rallies and all this other stuff, this is the first thing that I've done in a while. I do wine education, but when I worked for the man, I will just call it the man. When I worked out there, where all the crazy people are in the real world, there's always some crap going on. It's usually between women. Women are catty. Women are just always trying to size themselves up to the woman next to them, or the woman down the hall, or in cubicle, whatever. Why? Go home, and if you don't like something about yourself, you have the chance to fix it. Everything that you do. I like the way, Ian Somerhalder uses this analogy. We can control what the stores buy. These big conglomerates like Walmart and Costco, Sam's Club, all of these big chains. We actually control what they buy to put on their shelves. With every purchase we make, we're making a decision just as well as we choose to vote. We are making the decision to put either good products on the shelves or put bad products on the shelves. And I love that. And I use it in I do a lot of motivational speaking in the schools, and I use that all the time because it's true. Just same way that we wait quarterly to be able to go vote and have our voice be heard, we're voting for either really bad Cocoa Puffs that you shouldn't be feeding your kids, or hey, here's some, Greek yogurt with some fruit that I just went and bought from the farmer's market. Like, you have that choice. And taking that from a material standpoint you have the choice to be an asshole or be a good person. You have that choice. Like, if you're somebody that's being bullied, I want to talk to you because there is absolutely a way to stop it. Absolutely. I freaking love this kid. Y'all, if y'all do not know Mason Glazier, y'all need to educate yourselves. Talk to him. Reach out to him. He is amazing. And I'm sure that he hates the fact that he's not here in the U.S. and he's not old enough to vote, because I know a lot of other people that I have friends that are in other countries, and we're all connected through the Ian Somerhalder Foundation, and we've become this huge family. And my friends that live in other countries outside of the U.S. are outraged at what is going on, as they should be. People should be outraged because just today, Matt Lauer, it was today or yesterday, my days rolled together. Matt Lauer being fired over something that our president does all the time, or has done. Maybe he doesn't have time to do it no more because he's trying to do whatever it is he's doing. But our own president has been accused of the same thing and still gets accused daily of harassing women, belittling women, grabbing women, touching them. As someone that was all of the above by my own blood family members and outside people, we should be outraged. We should be screaming, just like the women and everybody that was on, Team Hillary got together and they were all rallying. We shouldn't rally just one day. Like, I feel like, I know people have to work, and I know people, have things in the real world to take care of. But damn it, we have got to say something. We have people like Mason in another country. In where you're in London somewhere, United Kingdom, aren't you? We have people in other countries that are willing to fight for us. And yet we still go to work. We clock in with the man, clock out with the man, and just take all of the shit that the man gives us. Why? Why? London. Knew it. Why? And then we as a foundation, we teach kids. Somebody is just really going off with the honker out there. It's Christmas time here at the De Leon household, so Amazon is getting dropped off, and Patricia is barking up a storm all the way in the front of the house. We strive, or thrive, I should say, to empower young children and everybody. If you're ignorant, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, if you're ignorant to a subject, then reach out to somebody who knows something, or do the research yourself. And if you got questions, there's tons of people that you can talk to. Get online on Facebook, push live, people will start to come on and I came on here to do a makeup tutorial. Do you think that I'm going to put makeup on? No. Because this has moved in another direction because of a video where I just seen my friend who I've never met, she's a huge mentor to me, get berated by some crazy woman who thinks that everything that we do is a scam. Okay. Very well. Miss Chloe, that was that lady's name. You go on and you go bully whoever else you want to, but I'm going to pray for you and I'm going to fight for your rights anyway because that's who I am. And we teach younger children, hey, we're going to give you this world and you're going to have to take care of it. And let's hope that we don't F it up before you get that chance to have it. We're holding the keys to a kingdom that we are constantly destroying. So to me, whenever I'm going out and I'm speaking to these kids at school or I speak to women, I do a lot of motivational speaking with women groups, empowerment groups, and talk about my domestic, well, not my husband, but my abuse as a woman and as a child. When I go and do these talks, I talk about our generation and our elders holding the keys to this kingdom, ready to give them to us. But to me, all I see is rusty keys. They're rusty. They're gaining rust. You know why? Because not enough people give a damn. And we're teaching our young kids, if y'all do this right now, then maybe you can have a future to look forward to. And then we have people in office like we have right now. He doesn't even deserve his words, his names, anything to come out of my mouth. But we have these people in office. Love you too, babe. Love you too. Thank you for coming on. You are a very bright and smart, intelligent, and my favorite child in all the world. But we always say we're going to it's like passing the torch. A lot of the elders in my family, that's the term that they use, pass the torch. Or holding the keys to the kingdom. My family is very religious. The keys to the kingdom. And if you do this, all of this is going to be yours one day. We're destroying the very thing that we hold the keys to. And the suicide rate is oh my God, the suicide rate is so out of control right now. I can't even listen to two of my favorite, people in the world that made music that helped me through my suicidal times. And for whatever reasons, they decided to take their lives. I got a son who goes through those tendencies as well. My daughter, because of the bullying that goes on. So as parents who care, we need to be looking for those signs. We need to be looking and talking to our children. Hey, how was your day at school today? Did anything unusual happen? Are you being bullied? I flat out to ask my kids, hey, is somebody picking on you? And if I do tell my children the same way my dad taught me, if somebody is going to physically harm you, then absolutely you should 1000% defend yourself. But if they're just chatting away at you, yes, the emotional scars last forever and a bruise will go away in a couple of days. But you have that choice to put a wall up and say, you know what? I'm going to let you say what you want to say and I'm going to walk away. Now, me having already gone through being bullied and having to be walked from class to class by cops from the school, looking at the kids today that get bullied, including my own two children, they don't want to hear it from me. They do not. They want to hear that it's okay to go kick so-and-so's ass up the road, or it's okay to go, egg so-and-so's house because the mom said something stupid to my son. And then I get on Facebook and I'm like, okay, I'm watching this lady, I'm taking notes, and she's just getting berated. and called a liar. And I mean, she's just letting it roll off her back. She don't care because she's making her 7 figures off of this company that I work for. And I can tell you that I signed up for this company on the exact day that we knew that my husband was losing his job. We knew it. And he was without work for 3 freaking months. He was washing dishes across the street for $9 an hour when he used to make $34 an hour. And Limelight came in. I took a gamble. And when I tell y'all, does it look like a pyramid scheme? Of course, everybody's going to say it looks like a pyramid scheme. Do we get bullied? Absolutely. I hear it from everybody. But when I come on here and I'm putting on makeup, I'm just showing y'all what I am passionate about. If you want to bully me, you can bully me. If you want to block me, block me. If you want to unfriend me, you have that choice. Just like I have the choice, like I did with this lady, block. If you want to come on the screen and yell at me and tell me that what I'm doing is crap and this and that, you know what? Every day that I come on here until I take my last breath, or unless the other ladies that just made their 7-figure income promotion, they did it in less than 3 years. The lady who's at the tippy top, 2.5 years. She's making 7 figures now. And she's still on this Facebook Live every day doing new makeup tutorials. Thank you very much. Oh, I don't listen to them. I get very, very amped up because I feel like as adults, we have to be examples for our children. And you're not going to sit here and tell me what I'm doing is wrong or what I'm doing is a scam or this may as well be a Tupperware bowl. I mean, I have heard it all. And whenever I'm doing the stuff, yeah, I can tell you, oh, okay, this perfect eyeliner pen, you can put it on one-handed. Y'all have seen me do it a million times. It doesn't smudge. I've done the waterproof, swimming pool, everything. This baby is $18. It'll last you 6 months. If y'all ask me that information, I will tell you. If not, you're just going to watch me put on my concealer, put on my foundation, do my skincare regimen, take some selfies, and move on about my day. I don't care whether you buy the products or not, because if you're not going to buy them, there are other people that buy them. And those people have gotten me, I've been with the company 6 months. 1 month was completely gone because of the hurricane and then losing my dad. Like, these people have paid my bills. And for people to come on and say that, oh, it's just another MLM, multi-level marketing thing. Oh, it's just a pyramid scheme. Whatever. Could care less. But when you have to really think, I want to know. What riles me up is I want to know what you're doing with your life, that you're sitting at home in the middle of the day, watching a lady do a makeup tutorial, not even talking about her promotion. She's very humble. She's very in your face. Like, hey, if you want, don't sit there and tell me that you can't sell, what is this, Oil Strike. This is one of our new primers, makeup finishers that keeps your oil away. She's not going to listen to, well, so-and-so just says they don't have the money, but I saw them go buy, a new set of Louis Vuittons. Okay, well, then don't bother with that person. That person doesn't care. That person's just trying to be nice to you and tell you that they don't have money. Me, personally, I don't care. I reach out to people that I think will be amazing at this because they have a story. You know why people listen to me? Because I have a story. You want to talk about suicide? You want to talk about depression? I grew up in a domestic violence home. My father was in and out of prison. My father was a drug addict. Then my father he became an evangelist. He was a biker. Let's see, what else? My mom was constantly, abused by her brother. Drug abuse, alcoholism. The list goes on and on. You get it. I think I've listed enough topics there for y'all to grab the tissues and cry for me. But I don't cry because every single thing that I have been through in my life, including having girls bring baseball bats to bash my head in at school, so much so that I had to have security like a damn Kardashian to go from class to class, was all because of hate. And I despise hate. Despise it. If you got nothing better to do in your life than turn on Facebook and go, say whatever you want to say to somebody, I'll pray for you. I will pray for you, and I will continue to fight for your rights as a freedom. I'll continue to fight for you to have your freedom of speech. I'll do that because that's who I am. And if you got nothing better to do but talk down on people, unless you're going to come here every month and write the checks that we had to write for the stuff that happened during the hurricane. If, you're going to go do like Mattress Mac yesterday, he went and helped. We lost 6 family members at one time during the hurricane. The 6 family members who died and drowned in their van, that was my great aunt and uncle. My dad, who died 3 feet but from behind me, that was his uncle. And his wife, who's been married, they were married before my dad was even born. Like, Mattress Mac came out, they rebuilt my aunt and uncle's house. They rebuilt their house that they had across the street for their grandkids that drowned with them. Mattress Mac came to them and said, hey, I'm not just going to give you a bed. This man came out and furnished both homes for free. And Mattress Mac, people talk so much crap about him. But you know what? At the end of the day, that man has done more for this city than most of the politicians that are in it. And that we put in seats to represent us. Mattress Mac should friggin' run for state senate or some kind of position where he's got some kind of authority, because Mattress Mac, he gives a shit. It is something that is learned. And I grew up in a family that was full of hate. I was raised to be hateful. I was raised to be hard and have this rugged exterior. And when you look at me, most people think that I do because of my tattoos, because of how abrasive I can be whenever I'm very passionate about something. Because I cuss like a sailor. I mean, there's a million reasons. Because I didn't make the best choices when I was a child. There's a million reasons that I was raised to be very hateful. But I chose not to be. I chose to take all of those negatives in my life and turn them into positives. Because when I found out that I was pregnant at 17, and the father who I'd been with since 7th grade decided that being a father wasn't right for him. I'm not going to say his name, but he's like one of my best friends. When my dad passed away here in this room, and Draven came and told me, Clay was like I said his name. Clay was like the 3rd person that I called, because since I was in 7th grade, that's been the person that has always been there with me through all of this craziness of a family that I grew up in. But we have the choice. I was designed to be a hating, fighting, empire-making machine. But I chose to be a mother. I chose to be a wife. I chose to be a woman that works for free. I chose to be charitable. And even though I got that from my dad. My dad, we feed the homeless, we give them blankets. We were always giving. But we have that choice. I have siblings that take after my father, and they drink their lives away. And if they could, they would stay high all day, every day. And I pray for them. They don't want to hear what I got to say. They don't want to hear what my sister has to say. So we pray for them. Just like I pray for the people who come on here and tell me that what I do is shit. because it's not. It's not. I don't push products on people. Am I a pushy person? Absolutely. It's because I'm passionate about what I am doing. I'm just like my dad. And trust me, you don't want to see me naked, but if I had to get naked to go clothe a child, a bully, some asshole who just hit his wife, if that lady needs my help, I'm going to take every single thing off that she needs. I will take it off of my body and give it to her. I wasn't raised to be charitable. I was, my dad believed that if you work, you get paid. You work, you get paid. I work with the most wonderful organization, and it has nothing to do with Vampire Diaries. Ian Somerhalder happens to be from the same town that I am from, and little did I know that this homegrown hero was on this show. I didn't even realize the connection until like 3 or 4 seasons in of watching Vampire Diaries. And that's around the time that he started the Ian Somerhalder Foundation. And there's always people, every time Ian goes live, people come on and they're like, oh my God, Ian, I want to marry you. I want to do this. That man is married with a child. And since you're stalking him, you already know that. But the most vulgar things come out of these teenagers' mouths. And I'm like, honey, where are your parents? Where are your parents? So, my face is getting flustered. You know I'm mad because my face, oh man, I'm not mad. I'm just very, very passionate about parents owning their shit. If your kid is getting bullied at school, you need to be proactive. You need to find out, get that kid's name, even if it embarrasses your kid. My son, if he tells me, because I take care of business, and we're fortunate enough to be here selling my makeup and my holiday packages and supporting Limmy and Chun Chun and everything else that I do, that I just give my time away and buy products that happen to pay for us to live here. Between my makeup selling and skincare selling and my husband's job, we live in a very well-to-do suburban area where my kids don't, my fourth grader, Cordelia, she goes to school, she's got a Chromebook. They sit on yoga balls like this big old bouncy thing here. And in the junior high, they have an anti-bully system. They have an app where you can anonymously, a kid can get on their phone at school and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. I saw this just happen, and it goes to the principal, and nobody ever knows that Susie Q sent that thing. They just get the message that, hey, this is a problem. It's going on. This person saw it. Person XYZ. We need to go get these people that are being talked about. That happened to my son. My son also, they have a statement program that's in order for not only just bullying, but anything. If you see a kid on the campus smoking or vapes are super, super just... My son has a friend that we take care of during the week because his mom lives very far away, but she works here in Kingwood. This kid has a freaking vape. He's 12 years old. And he brought it into my house. And my dad was like, hey, that kid's got a vape. Draven's been asking for one. I think I'm going to get him one for his birthday. I was like, F no, you're not. Like, what is wrong with you people? And I asked the child, I'm like, hey, why do you have this? He was like, oh, my mom thought it'd be better than me smoking cigarettes. If that's your parenting skills, you're not going to like what I'd have to say. But I will say that you have a choice to do better. You have a choice to do better. There's a lot of single moms out there. My husband was working in College Station. He still works in College Station. He just carpools now which is better for the environment and better for our pocketbook. But he carpools now because the Airbnb, it's not that it was so expensive for us. It was more the fact that I was grieving the loss of my father. And we still don't know why he passed away. So, I had to come out of my room and get involved in my kid's life. Get in their face. Hey, don't turn away. Don't put your headphones in your ears. Put the electronic devices down and get involved in your kids' lives. Because if I'm going to continue to watch adults bully other adults, women belittling other women, men belittling women, and then people getting fired over stuff that the president's did his damn self, y'all, we got problems. We have got problems that need to be addressed. And I'm going to come on here and I'm going to use my freedom of speech and I'm going to say it's time for change. And I'm known on my podcast, I've created hashtag All Lives Matter. But you know what? I have to keep rallying the troops because people get very excited, they get inspired, they get motivated, and then they get off their phones and then life takes over and then shit happens and they just forget about it. I never forget. I'm in here working until 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes on strategies and ways to reach the children, ways to get involved. And you know what I did? I started, I went up to the administration for the school district here and I said, my life has been A through Z. And I want to let these kids know that there's these programs that they can go to. If their parents are not home and there's all these latchkey kids that live in this area, they have this place to go to. If they need somebody to talk to or they're scared to stay home alone, my house is always open. I have to keep track of all of them because it's against the law for me to just take kids in, but I'm doing my part. And if you see some kids out there and you get a chance to educate them, open your mouth and educate them. And if they disrespect you, you need to let them know, whether you know them or not. There's kids here that'll flip me off and tell me all kinds of cuss words. And I'm like, I wish I had my farm-to-table soap to put in your mouth. At least it would taste good. Not the zest that my dad used to put in my mouth. Even though you're not that child's parent, apparently that child's parent is not around and in the picture. And, John Doe over here is acting like an a-hole. You need to put him straight. We need to make change. My phone wants to die on me. We need to make change. And we need to stop talking about making the change and get up, get in group messages, and actually effing do something. Enough is enough. Between the animals being tortured, the coral reefs turning gray, being bleached, our icebergs are filling up our oceans that it can rain for 5 minutes and wash away a whole village and a whole town. That's what happened here in Kingwood. We have the San Jacinto River here and we have Westlake Houston here, and they had to bleed them. They purposely flooded our entire city, and half of our city still doesn't have running water or power. People are still displaced and in hotels just across the subdivision from me. And here I am in this room reading this saying every single day. Everything will not always be well with your soul. There's always something that we can change. There's always something that we can do better. And I just challenge y'all to do better. We have got to all do better. I challenge myself. I challenge my husband. I challenge my kids. Everybody. I didn't want to draw an X on my hand one day a year to represent, bring awareness for sex trafficking when I live in the city of Houston, or a suburb of Houston, where sex trafficking is the most prominent. I'm going to draw an X on my hand one day out of the year. These women and children and men and little boys, especially here in Houston, are being stolen, taken, brought in from Mexico. This happens every single day. So you know what I did? Here you go. You know how many times I get asked about it? Every day. every day I leave my house. Because it's the only colored tattoo I have out of all of the 19 tattoos I have. This is the way I choose to make a difference. And I speak. My dad said that my mouth, ever since I was a little girl, he called me the mouth of the South and said that my mouth was going to get me in a lot of trouble someday. My mouth gets me in trouble every day. But I don't have any regrets because I'm only saying what everybody else is thinking. So, I'm going to charge my phone. I'm going to go get me some tea to calm down and get ready for my kids to come home. And Amazon's already dropped off so many packages. I need to get over there and get that done before the kids get home. But seriously, y'all reach out to me. Messenger, my phone number is on my page. I'm serious. I don't care whether you're Mason and you live in London. Mason is amazing. I swear to God, if y'all do not know Mason Glazier, look him up on Facebook. He's got a public page like most of us do. This kid's doing wonders. He's making a lot of us that are fixing to turn 40 look like chumps. But that's what we want out of our kids. We want our kids to do better. He is the prime example of what we should be striving for as adults and as parents. So I'm going to charge my phone. I'm going to go decharge myself, have me some tea, get ready for the kids to get home, prepare some dinner. And I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear. I want the ideas. I want to hear everything. I'm not here. I came on here to talk about Limelight. F Limelight right now. It's the end of the month. I should be trying to recruit people. The only people I want to recruit are people that are wanting to make change. So, y'all think on that, or chew on that for a while, whatever they say out in TV land. I don't watch TV. Chew on that for a little while, and I will be back tonight to do my podcast, and I hope you tune in. I come on at 9 o'clock at night, Central Time. So, I love you all. I thank you for all of your support, and I thank you for putting up with me, and hopefully something I say sticks and resonates with you, and eventually together we will collaborate and educate and empower each other to make change instead of talking about it.